Megan.
Do I like this angle?
I just feel like you just record, and then you figure it out.
Yeah, I edit all together. So there's a reason why there was no video this last Thursday, and this reason is right here, plus my mother-in-law. There you go. Introduce yourself.
Hi, Megan. I'm visiting Jerry and making sure she gets out and touches some grass every once in a while.
Do you want to show them the book I gave you?
Oh, yeah. Jerry gave me a book to read.
Because I did not like it, so I gave it to her.
Which I don't know if I don't know what my genre is. I don't think this is my genre either. But you know what? I'll read.
It's not scary.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a thriller.
Yeah, Jerry knows I don't like scary stuff.
It's not a thriller.
Kind of dark, but I need to get to some lighter books eventually.
It is dark, but like there's a hopeful ending.
But I will give it a chance, and we will compare our thoughts.
It's a sisterhood of traveling. I don't want that book anymore. Yeah. I'm reading Tradwife right now, which is a horror about a demon baby, and that was what my audience chose for me to do a reading vlog of. Yeah. So that's the book that was chosen. So far, I'm on page 10 and 11. 10. It's good so far. That's all the updates I have for now. And I'm going to go rest my feet because they hurt. So.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is a reading vlog / weekend vlog. I brought a book with me on this trip to see one of my friends and my bridesmaid, Megan. And you all voted in the poll and decided that for this reading vlog, I was going to be reading Tradwife by Saratoga Schaefer. And I brought this book with me on this trip, and I'm going to read it, react to it, and probably talk about it more than my travel companion wants me to because she does not like horror. Let me describe what this book is for some of you who don't know. The book is Tradwife by, like I said, Saratoga Schaefer. It's a feminist body horror novel about a tradwife influencer named Camille who has the picture-perfect farmhouse, the aesthetic morning routines, and the handsome husband, but no baby. And her followers, her marriage, and her whole sense of self depend on her having one. When a strange creature shows up and offers to make it happen, she says yes. What could go wrong? Follow along with me for the reading, the reactions, and the vibe. So with all that said, let's get into it. How was it, Megan?
Pretty good.
Yes, she just ran across this entire bridge because she's a runner.
I did for the bragging rights. Well, if you like bend down, then the angle will
I'm on chapter 9 of Tradwife, and this book, it really is falling in line with the other sort of like Tradwife-esque books that I've been reading in tandem with this one. One of the themes that I really can see throughout this book and other Tradwife written books is this like overwhelming need to perform for others, and this overwhelming need to present yourself as having the perfect life, even if you don't have it truly. And even if that perfect life takes a lot more effort than what you're willing to show, there's still that performance of trying to be perfect. And this book has some very spooky elements to it that's very interesting. So I'm gonna continue on. Okay, I've stayed up for a lot of the night reading this book. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and to give like light spoilers of this book, it's like thought that comes to my brain. The thing that I think is very unique about this book is when you think about tradwives, you think about things that they've had to give up, whether it is their autonomy or their life, their lifestyle. You think about like Ballerina Farm. One thing that they tried to play off of was the fact that she wanted to be a ballerina, but now she works on a farm. Even though her years of being a ballerina were behind her, they still try to play up that whole like Ballerina Farm, like, well, she could have been a ballerina, but then she decided to be on the farm with a bunch of kids and a husband. Anyway, but what this book does is very unique is it really kind of delves deep into that insecurity and fear that a lot of women feel. This idea that when you do try to achieve high and you fail or you get criticism, that
you tend to want to retreat back to, oh, wouldn't life just be easier if I was a housewife, or if I was a stay-at-home mom, or if I just gave up my entire life for my husband. And this book really shows like the drawbacks of giving up that dream, of giving up who you really are in service to someone else's perception of you or someone else's dream for you. That's something that this book really does tackle quite well, and I think it's a better direction for this book to go in that way instead of being like, oh, I gave up my career of wanting to be this for this man. It's more like, no, she faced an obstacle and couldn't handle it because she had none of the tools to handle this obstacle. And so instead of pushing through and getting through this obstacle, she decided just to give up and then go on to be a trad wife. That's what it is so far. I mean, this book is so creepy. I expected it to be creepy. I mean, it's about a demon baby. Like, there are moments in here where it feels like if it was like a movie, it'd be like reading a jump scare. Like, it's really well done, I have to say. But yeah, I'm hoping to finish this tomorrow, and I will give you all more updates. But for now, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna go brush my teeth and head to bed. Hello, you're probably wondering, oh, why isn't she reading? Why isn't this vlog just full of her reading? Well, I just did all of these invitations for our wedding. It's about, it may look like a lot, but it's not compared to the ones that I still need to make. I made like a suite for our invitation. So it has like invitation itself, and then it has the details, and then it has for certain people who are invited to the rehearsal dinner, there's also stuff in there for that. And then there's also like a card where they can RSVP. So it's like a little suite that I made myself. Everything so far that we've done for our wedding in regards to the engagement photos and the invitations have all been DIY, even down to like the bouquets the bridesmaids are going to carry. All of it's DIY. So it's very stressful. So that's probably why, like, so far this year I've only read 19 books, which is very low for me. Usually I'm hitting at like the 25 mark by now, and it's like the mid-year. So June's like mid-year, and the mid-year is about to end. Hopefully I can get this video up next week, but it's just been hell going through this. I am never planning another wedding ever again, and luckily I shouldn't have to. Yeah, that's why I haven't gotten much reading done. As you can see, my assistant has decided he wanted to show himself today. I want to read you this section that really just brought anger into my soul. She says, I never talked about caste or how invested I was in science when I was younger. I never speak about my interest in biology and the human body. It's too masculine. That's what my father said when I was growing up anyway. Science and math are for boys, he would grunt when I excitedly showed him my grades. Good job, honey, but let's focus more on what matters, okay? How's your cooking elective coming along? What? I just got to the part where she's giving birth, or where she's given birth, and I definitely need to take a little break. That was intense. That was a lot. That was gross. But like, not like in a giving birth is gross, but just more like the differences of giving birth to a regular baby versus a demon baby, you know? Wow, this author definitely knows how to do detail. I thoroughly pictured all of the moments of her giving birth, and just gonna need a little break, just a little bit.
come back to it. Yeah, that was intense.
Okay, I finished it. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. This book leaves you with, I saw someone describe it on TikTok as like a good for her type of feeling. That is like the specific satisfaction you get from the ending of this book. You like exhale and like, you're like, okay, everyone's gonna be all right. Even though not everybody is all right. Not everybody is all right at all. But you know what? The people who matter, everything's gonna be all right. On the surface, Tradwife is about a tradwife influencer who lets a fallen angel impregnate her because she thinks a baby will not only fix her marriage, but also gain her more following on social media. And yeah, it's definitely has those body horror elements. And like I said, spoilers for this book. Yes, at the end, Camille and her daughter are eating people. Oh, hey, they're eating people, and that's the pitch. That's the whole book. That is the big thing that happens, but it's definitely not like the heart of the story. The thing that stayed with me, the thing I keep thinking about, is the real villain of this story was not the demon baby or even the fallen angel that was in the story. The real villain was the husband and Camille's father. My co-host is joining me today. Those men benefited from her staying small, staying compliant, and staying performative and staying quiet. And the thing the author does well, I'm looking over my notes over here, and the thing the author does well that I think is genuinely brilliant is Camille. If you read this book, Camille is smart. She's not naive. Throughout the book, you can really see and feel her intelligence. And it's always like flickering under the surface of everything she's telling herself. She had to believe the lies she was being told because at first she thought the alternative was too costly, not because she couldn't see through the lies that people were telling her. And I think that distinction for this story matters and what gives it so much depth. She's not just some dumb housewife or, a stereotypical way that people think about tradwives. She is really smart, and she's choosing to not use any of those smarts to really see how awful her husband and father are. And I think that's the most honest thing about this book, because I believe that actually happens to a lot of women. They know, they just can't afford to say that they know until they can, the ending of this book, until they can. So the transformation at the end isn't Camille becoming a monster. It's Camille finally letting herself want what she was never allowed to want. And the person she was pretending to be, that's what the book is arguing was the actual monster all along. Isn't that right? I would definitely recommend this book to anyone who likes stories about consumption, body horror, and the strength of mothers, about what women look like when they finally stop performing for others. If you liked Nightbitch, read this. If you've ever watched a tradwife reel, which I was picturing some tradwives, like some social media tradwives in my head when I was reading it. What I like about a lot of these tradwife books that I have been reading is they don't really pinpoint, like you can't really tell what exact tradwife they're trying to like talk about in these books. They keep it very like vague to the point where anyone can relate to these characters. But have you ever seen any of those tradwife books of tradwife women on the internet and felt a little frustrated, this book is also for you. And if you need catharsis right now, this book is also for you. If you're a woman who knows someone or yourself dealing with certain of these types of issues, this book is also for you. It's a great horror novel about real horror of being a tradwife. That was the real scary part of all of this. It wasn't the fallen angel or the demon baby. The scariest part was the tradwife of it all. And that's my review of this book. I think I gave it 4.75 stars. So I thought it was really well done. It catches your attention. Just don't pay attention to the fact that I'm such a slow reader, but it's a great book. And yeah, that's all I have for this video. I'll see you all next week. Thank you so much for those who went on the poll and told me to read this book. It's been great. If you have any other books or any other topics you want me to cover for this channel, please let me know, and I will see you all next week. Goodbye.